So I get asked a lot if direct mail should be used these days, or is it just all junk mail? And direct mail, just like really any other marketing vehicle out there, can in fact be junk if you're not making sure that it's going to the right target, if it's got a great design, if it's got a great message to it. So with direct mail, one of the first things you want to do is, who are you sending it to? You want to take the time to make sure that the list of people that you are sending it to is the right list. It's updated. I can't tell you how many times and how many dollars people lose by sending it to an old mailing list, and then they receive all these postcards back. Well, that's really frustrating because you spent time designing them, you spent time printing them, only for them to come back to you, and the people on the list aren't even seeing what it is that you spent all this time to send out. So take the time to make sure that your list is current. If you have to buy a list, do that. If you haven't bought that list within the last 6 months, you need to trash that list and then go in and buy a new list that is updated, because you will definitely see a better return on that. Secondly, you want to make sure that you have the right message. When you're creating that message, you want to have the person that you're speaking to in your mind, and making sure that you're speaking in the way that they want to be spoken to. Giving them a message that is actually going to make them stop and take a look at the piece that you're giving them. Does direct mail end up in the garbage can a lot of times? Absolutely. But the great part about direct mail is they have to take a look at that, read it, make sure it's not relevant to them before they put it in the garbage can. A lot of other marketing vehicles can't offer you that. So it's up to you to create a message to that target that makes sense to them, something that is going to be powerful enough for them to be able to hang on to that, put it up on the refrigerator, or do whatever it is that you want that call of action to be, to give you a call, to go to your website, what have you. Make sure that it's clear and make sure that it's concise. One of the biggest mistakes that people make with direct mail and other marketing vehicles is they try to put way too much on one little card. Make sure your card is large enough to fit the message that you have, and really only go with one message. Don't try to cram it all in there. If you want to do a mailing campaign where the first mailing is one message and then the second mailing is a different message but looks very consistent in the layout of the postcard, going to the same list, absolutely do that. But don't try to put too much information in one space. The right design is also extremely important for a successful direct mail campaign. You want it to be nice and easy to read, so you've got that clear message, but you want it to be presented in a way that looks great and that's easy to read, and that they can read it in 2 seconds, because that's how long that you have. So if you have a great looking postcard with all kinds of artwork on it, but the message gets scrambled up in that, then you've failed as far as your communication to your target. What you want to have is something that's very clear, very easy on the eyes to read, so that as soon as they look at it, they absolutely know what you are wanting to communicate to them. The worst thing that you can do with direct mail is put it out there in front of your target market with the right list, with the right message, with the right artwork, but only do it one time, because we're all busy. Who of us are not? I don't care if you are a stay-at-home mom, if you are a president of a corporation, you're busy, and there's a lot of static out there, especially with your competitors trying to get the same message or a similar message out there. So you need to be sending that direct mail piece at least 3 times, a minimum of 3 times. Back when I worked for a direct mail company, we told our clients, don't even consider the results until that 3rd mailing hits. We need to be told, we need to be reminded, and we need to be told again. And if you want your customers, your prospects to remember the message it is that you're trying to tell them, you need to send it to them at least 3 times within probably an 8 to 16 week time period.